G'day and welcome to another big edition of the BFNL Footy Show. Thanks to the Athletic Club Brewery and McDonald's. Looking ahead to round two, or week two of the final series. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by the great man Liam Brady. Look, this is where the good stuff happens now, mate.
Absolutely, and really looking forward to this weekend. You know, two really intriguing contests. With regards to the second semi-final, a chance for a side to have a really good win, have a week off, and look forward to a grand final. So, in that game, we obviously see Darley take on Backer Smash. You know, you couldn't get a bigger second semi-final, could you? I mean, two arch rivals.
Cross-town rivals too.
Cross-town rivals, and look, both sides go into the game with a lot of confidence. The way Backer Smash played, especially in the second quarter last week, they set the game up in the second quarter against Lake Wendouree, and we know that Darley was so good from the moment the ball was bounced against North City. So, the game being played at Darley Park, I think Darley can give Backer Smash a run for their money, but I just think Backer Smash might have a little bit too much class right across the field. It's
certainly going to be an intriguing match on paper because we saw Darley, they were the pace setters earlier on in the season, and then they had a bit of a mid-season slump, which we've discussed about in length, and Backer Smash firmly become the team to beat. So it's probably fitting that these two are battling off for a spot in the grand final.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we know that if you finish third and you beat sixth in that first week, you put yourself in a very good position. You know, double chance, two shots at the grand final. So that's the reward Darley have received, and I think that they're, as I said before, a big chance. They need their experienced players to have really good games. Dane Grenville was in some really good form last week. I think he's a player who's played a lot of finals footy over his career. If he can step up to the big stage on Saturday, they're a big chance.
It's only 2 years ago where Darley did win the premiership, and I know we've seen a significant amount of change on the playing personnel in that time. But is that side, the side of this year, still competitive in regards to the team into 2015?
Yeah, I think it will. That question will certainly be able to answer it over the next couple of weeks. Let's see how they go in terms of being able to match it against the best sides in the competition. With regards to last year, I know they obviously won the flag in 2015. Last year they scraped into the finals and got comprehensively beaten in their first final against Sunbury last year. This year they've really gone into the final series with some really good form, and they showed that on the weekend the way they played. So, I think it's probably similar to the 2015 campaign in a lot of ways.
Fantastic. Very much looking forward to seeing how that one folds in one of the big matches of 2017. And the other game on Sunday, we've got Lake Wendouree and Redan. This is going to be an interesting one because the Lakers will be smarting after that big loss to the Backer Smash on the weekend. And Redan, they've probably been one of the informed sides of the competition. I think they've only dropped one of their last 9 or 10 games.
Yeah, I think Redan will win this game. I think that they've got enough players in their side that have got enough finals experience to just have the edge over Lake Wendouree. I've got some concerns about Lake Wendouree's form at the Eastern Oval. Yep. They don't play great footy at the Eastern Oval compared to the footy they play away from that ground. And as we know, the majority of the final series is played at the Eastern Oval, so that's a concern for Lake Wendouree.
What's the difference with the ground, though? What makes it so hard for teams to win there?
Not sure. Not much, really.
Because we know Backer Smash have had trouble winning there against.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's more possibly a mindset thing. They're just not used to the surrounds, or I'm not too sure what it is, but it's still a football oval. So yeah, I don't know. But I just think if you have a look at the games that Lake Wendouree have played there over the last even a couple of years, I reckon that certainly their form is a lot better away from the Eastern Oval. Look, I could be totally wrong. I think Lake Wendouree are still a very good side. They finished on top of the ladder this year. You don't finish on top for no reason. So they'd be really disappointed if they went out in straight sets. But they're coming up against a side in Redan who's in red-hot form. So I think it'll be a really good game, but I'm tipping Redan just.
And the pressure will probably be on Lakers should they go down, because I think the past 3 final series they've head in there with a lot of confidence, and they haven't quite made it to the big one, despite the fact that they've got loads of talent and they've done a lot of good big work through the home and away season.
Yeah, I don't really buy into that whole thing of previous years. This is a brand new year. It's a new group.
Yep.
So there's probably quite a few of those players who weren't involved in previous campaigns. So I'm sure they won't be too concerned about what's happened in the past. They can't change that. What they can control is this weekend.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a really good game, and I think I encourage anyone in the region who's not doing anything on Sunday to come down and have a look at this game in the Eastern Oval, because it's a game against two really good clubs in the region, well-run clubs, and both teams really deserve their opportunity to be there on Saturday, and it's a do-or-die contest. The loser's out for for the season.
Looking forward to seeing how Lucas Anderson goes, because he didn't have the best game last weekend, and he's probably, since his return from injury, has been the most informed forward in the competition. I think he's kicked over nearly 50 goals in 11 games or something like that. He's been on fire, and to have a low point last week, I know they'll be keen to change that.
I look back at Smash, they certainly put a strong focus into him. You know, smart coaching, no doubt.
And it worked.
Yeah, they did. They wore him like a glove, really, and which you've got to. So no doubt Redan will try a similar type tactic. Certainly within the rules, they did nothing wrong.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, he's a very good player. He's shown that over the course of the year.
Fantastic, mate. Well, thanks to the Athletic Club Brewery for all their ongoing support, and McDonald's. This has been the semi-final preview, and Brad, thanks so much for joining us, mate, and we look forward to catching up with you. There won't be too many teams left next time we meet next week.
Good to be here, mate.